Hey everybody, welcome back to Bookish Daddy. Today we're going to be going over fall recommendations. So, all the books that I am wanting to read this fall, all the books I have read that I think would be good fall reads, and then anticipated fall reads. So, ones that I haven't gotten yet, or maybe aren't even out yet, that, well, no, I think they're all out, but ones that I haven't obtained yet that I would love to read this fall. And all of these are books that I think you would enjoy as well. Uh, Welcome back to the channel. Man, I have to give props to my beautiful wife. The last video I did, the vlog, blew up, and it was such a blast to do too. It was a brilliant idea of something to go out that was fun and pick new reads I wouldn't normally read. And you all responded very positively. I would love to thank all of you for watching and being so kind. All the likes and the comments and the positive attitudes, and all of you new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. That being said, if you haven't yet, click the little subscribe button, like the videos because it helps me, and I would appreciate it. Before we get into it, I know this is a little early. I know a lot of the country, a lot of the world is still super hot. Uh, it doesn't quite feel like fall, but all of my favorite like local coffee shops have started dropping their pumpkin drinks and their apple drinks, and this is my favorite time of year. I love the books, the weather, the leaves, everything about fall is my favorite. So I could not wait. I wearing my favorite fall clothes. I'm buying pumpkin drinks and apple drinks, and I'm so ready to be doing like corn mazes and hay rides. For those of you that love this time of year, go ahead and comment below what you like to do this time of year and what you like to read this time of year. This is specifically cozy reads. I'm going to try and do thrillers and horrors and all kinds of fall and Halloween books, but for today, it's cozy. And the first one is Shady Hollow by Jano Black, Janu, Jano. This I cannot wait to read this. I haven't read it yet. It sounds so freaking cute. So it says this is like the coziest of cozy. That's why it's first on my list. It's the coziest on my list. This is a whimsical murder mystery in a woodland creature land. So everything is all wonderful and beautiful in Shady Hollow. And then one day they stumble across a murdered toad, and the little fox on the front and the sundress has to go through the village investigating all the little animals and trying to figure out what happened. It sounds so freaking cute. And it's a nice short read, a nice floppy little book. And dude, it sounds apparently it's a whole series of these cute little murder mysteries or uh animal mystery thriller books, cozy thrillers. I just thought the concept of a cozy murder mystery sounds so fun. So that is the first book. Cannot wait to read this one. Next is going to be Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. This is a Studio Ghibli book. It's kind of like an anime. I know there is an anime. The book came out first. The anime was done by Studio Ghibli. This is supposed to be a super fun, cozy read as well. A young girl has a spell cast on her by an evil witch that turns her elderly, and apparently there is a wizard in this walking castle that could possibly break it. So she has to find a way to find him, get inside of his castle, and then make a deal with him to try and fix her and then go get revenge on the witch that cast it. Sounds like there would be high stakes, but apparently there's not. It's supposed to be very cozy and fun and whimsical. That is the second book. The next book there is two of, but I'm going to go over them one at a time because one's a prequel. But I was told do not read the prequel first. So the first book in the series is Legend and Lattes by Travis Baldree, or Baldry. And this is the book you should read first. This is about a mercenary orc who, on her travels, she decides that it's time to hang it up. she's going to go home and give up the axe. And along her travels as a mercenary, she discovers coffee, which is unknown of in her part of the realm or her little city. So she decides she's going to open a coffee shop, the first coffee shop. And this is supposed to be the coziest cozy book ever with orcs and magic. And my wife loves these books. So she is dying for me to read them. Uh, and yeah, that's what it's about. It is an orc who has given up fighting. She was a warrior, and now she wants to open a coffee shop because they're not in her village. And then the prequel to that is Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldree. And this is when this orc is a teenager. Along her travels, she gets injured in one of the battles, and they make her stay in a little village while they go continue the assault. And while she's throwing a fit because she's a teenager and wishing she was out there fighting and killing, she stumbles upon this little rat person, and it looks like an owl bear dog, and their bookshop, and learns that not all adventures are on the front lines and that she can still be adventurous with her mind and discover new realms and really finds joy in books. That they both sound so fun. I cannot wait to read these. Next, as you can tell from the bookmark, is my wife's current read. It is Dreadful by Caitlin Razukis. And this is the cover of that. This is a cozy fantasy. It sounds hilarious. So apparently, an evil wizard accidentally blows himself up with a spell or a potion, and when he wakes up, he doesn't know who he is or what he was doing or why he has like little minions that do what he says and a princess locked up, and he is trying to figure out how to fix things and slowly figuring out that he was the bad guy, and he kind of wants to know why and what he should be doing and kind of what choices he's going to make. uh, it's supposed to be very funny and comedic and cozy. The next book on the list is, it's cozy to me, so I guess I'll explain it. It's Warrior of the Wild by Trisha Levenseller. This doesn't look cozy. I started reading this and it gives me the vibes of like How to Train Your Dragon, but if the blonde girl would have been the king's daughter instead of the brunette boy. This is a Viking story told from the perspective of a teenage girl. It's a YA, supposed to be light romance. She gets banished to the woods and is having to fight creatures and live on her own. And I thought this was super cozy, and that's why I wanted to put it on this list. When you think Vikings, you think like bashing each other in, and there's a little, like a tidbit of violence. And I would say there's actual stakes in this, like slightly. But for some reason, it is so fun to read, and it really, to me, gives off the cozy fall vibes. She's in the wilderness, the woods, living on her own, picking berries, trapping rabbits, and I don't know, man. It's just such a fun and unique read. I did not expect it to be as cozy as it is, but of these, it's probably the least cozy, just because I don't think it was meant to be a cozy book. Uh, but a YA Viking book is, I don't know, to me, it was the coziest thing ever. It's so fun to read. Next is one you all probably know, and that is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. Uh, I thought I would add this for those of you looking for something to read maybe you've read before and wanted to reread, or for maybe some of you young teenage readers who wanted to read something fun. I grew up reading these, and they are some of my favorite books of all time. Every fall, we kind of go through a phase where we watch or read Harry Potter. Uh, Harry Potter's a big one. Vampire Diaries. The next book on this list that you'll see, Lord of the Rings. I don't know. These are just what I think of when I think fall. Uh, I'm sure you all know, but it's a young boy, human boy, and he doesn't have the best upbringing, and finds out that he is a wizard and goes to this awesome school where he learns to be a wizard and gets to ride broomsticks. And God, it is a cozy book. So fun, and it is just so nostalgic. This time of year, I love to reread these books if I can. So that's why I added it. The next book that I've given you a preview into is Twilight. So every year we read or watch Twilight. She reads it. I watch it. I have not read these yet. This is one of the biggest series I think my wife is going to push for me to read this fall. I love Twilight, the movies. I love vampires. I love werewolves. I know that this series gets a ton of hate. I don't know if it's warranted. Some of the other booktubers on here, like Ian Goobly, uh, hate this series or these books and think they're too YA. But as you've all seen, I love cozy YA books, and I love vampires and werewolves. So I actually think I might enjoy these. I can't wait to get into them. The next two books, I don't own, but I thought I'd throw them in here because I plan on getting them. The first one is Love and Other Conspiracies by Mallory Marlowe. It just came out last week. I cannot wait to get this book. So it is supposed to be a rom-com where a guy who is a investigator of conspiracies, he goes around filming stuff like trying to catch Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster and Mothman. And kind of the premise of the books is that he believes in all of these things, but not love. He thinks it's the actual conspiracy and the thing that's unobtainable or findable. And then he hires a new editor who is down on her luck and doesn't really, I don't think she's into the conspiracies, but starts to fall for them and love. And it sounds so cute to me. I cannot wait to read it. It is probably my most anticipated read of the rest of the year. The next book, the last book on my list, is Two Wrongs Make a Right by Chloe Leese. And I'll throw both of these over here, I think. Maybe over here, I don't know. This is another romance novel, and this is about a group of friends, and among this group, there's a guy and a girl who don't get along well, and all the friends keep pushing them for them to date, and they don't want to do it, and they end up getting tricked into going on a date. And while they're on this date, they decide that they're going to fake date and make it the most epic looking couple ever, just so they can have a like magnificent crazy breakup and dash all their friends' hopes. And I am a sucker for fake dating. It's my favorite romance trope. It's supposed to be funny and super cutesy. I'm all about it. Even the cover, as you can see, is super fallish, and I can't wait to read all of these books. If there's any on this list you're looking forward to, go ahead and write it down in the comments. Let me know which one. I hope you enjoyed this. I know it's a short video. I wanted to kind of spread out the genres so they don't all get lumped together. And if you're wanting a cozy read, you can click on the cozy video. And if you're wanting a thriller or a horror, or maybe even I'll do fantasy, and that way you can kind of pick and choose what books you're looking for. You don't have to skip through the video, and you go into this knowing it's all going to be cozy. And cozies are my favorite fall reads, so I had to do it first. I couldn't wait. I hope you all enjoyed the video and that you all have a great week.